In this video, I'm going to show you new features of NeuroViz AI Creator. Let's choose Smart Photo Generate. Now, when you upload the image, you can choose several files at once and upload all of them. They will be stored in your uploads gallery, so you can reuse it anytime you need without re-uploading. Here is my gallery, so I played a little bit and I'll show you how it works. Upload now can accept large files because now we have high resolution generation. You can upload files up to 20-30 megapixel. Make sure this is JPEG or PNG. Usually JPEG is what big files, large files, high resolution files are stored in, and it should be not more than 15 megabyte maximum. So let's select the file. Let's say I'm gonna use one of my portfolio images. This is high resolution. This file, for example, is 4700 pixel by 3400 pixels. This is high resolution photo from my portfolio. This is how it looks like. Very nice photo. But let's say I want to reimagine it, change background, generate something completely different from what it was during the shooting time. I open it. Like I said, you can upload multiple files at once if needed. So once uploaded, you click, and here we remove the background. So you can see how correct background was removed. If for some reason background wasn't removed nicely, meaning that you may have some objects in front, so you can re-upload image, change image, and then re-upload. I can see it looks good, it's done nicely, and let's keep it this way. I'm going to choose portrait because this is good for this particular subject, and position it somewhere, let's say here, right? Then, as usual, keywords are optional. You can put something or you can do nothing. It will analyze the subject and create a scene for it. Negative keywords as usual. This is something usually you can add after generation if it keeps adding some objects that you don't want to see on the scene. So you can use negative keywords. When you put keywords, do not describe your subject. It's not necessary. Describe just scene around. For example, I want to have fire around. So I just put in it fire around. That's it. I don't need to tell that, hey, this is a bottle of perfume and fire around. No, it's not necessary because it will recognize the subject. You just short or maybe longer describe the scene. As usual, we have three options. Mid-journey, this is more, it's good for lifestyle images when you have people. Bright scene option, it's minimalistic style. It's mostly like shooting on studio environment. And studio photography option with very professionally looking propping. Propping, it's something that you put around, professional photographer put things around the subject when we shoot it. So usually if you have still life object, it's good to have it on. However, if you want to generate people, you need to uncheck this option. I'm gonna keep it on. And color match. This is another new feature, and you can turn it on if you need to, well, if your subject is very much different from what you want to generate around it. For example, you're shooting with daylight, it's relatively cold light, different color temperature. You have subject done in daylight, but you want to generate scene with warm lights. So it's better to turn it on. Right now, I have fire, and the bottle looks actually kind of like it was in fire already. So I'm not going to turn it on. However, you can play with this option. It's very interesting option, and it will help you to create realistic images. So it will look like object was shot in that particular environment that will be generated. So let's keep this way and generate image. As you can see, just with simple two words, fire around, we have a beautiful scene where there is some surface with our subject in front of it and fire behind. Why it looks good? Because the subject is transparent. It's a glass jar of perfume, and we do see some red things behind. Since it's not going to change anything that is on the subject, it preserves all the details. It's good to generate something that will look like it was behind. This is why it looks great, fire behind this particular subject. Now, because I have high resolution image uploaded as a source, I have upscale enabled. Let's download this, and then we can upscale image. So I have low resolution, standard resolution, and now I go to my gallery and can upscale this particular image. You click on this little icon and let's do upscale. So upscale will just generate the same image but with high resolution. Right now we have resolution for 10 megapixel, 10, 12 megapixel, depending on the aspect ratio that you choose. We can do up to 40 megapixel if needed. So if you think that this will more higher resolution will be interesting for you, let me know and we'll be happy to add that option. Right now, I think 10 megapixels, so it will be around a little bit more than 3000 pixel on the side. It's good size for almost any use of generated images. While it's generating, let's go back to applications. And now I will show you new feature of guided photo generator. This is something you're gonna love it, guys. So let's have the same bottle. As you can see, I need to upload it again. It's on my gallery. I click it and I choose portrait, position it somewhere similar like in previous one. But now I want to control the shape of the generation. I want to do it. So let's do fire again, but I want to draw this fire. Position it, and now this is shape. Shape is where you can just draw something and then explain it in keywords what it is, and it will try to generate what you draw. The shape will be transferred to the generation. Not one-to-one, but it will look somehow similar. This option is the best for liquid splashes, for fire, for anything that has not defined edges. Because you're not going to drive nicely. Well, you can always draw something and say, hey, this is flower. It will be the flower. But again, it's hard to do it with the hand. And I use this option. Let's clear it and choose portrait, since we have portrait orientation of our main subject. So it's better to have shape on the portrait. I want to have fire. Let's do the same thing. For fire, for liquid, I'm going to use the highest thickness of the brush, so largest brush, and minimal opacity, and draw the shape. So let's do some fire like this. If you need to experiment, if you put it too bold, too intense, it may not look good. So fire should be something not really intense, something like that. Let's have it this way. And prompt, let's put fire around, fire, flame. Very similar to what we had, and the generation will be similar as well. There are three options: mid-journey creative style, more like lifestyle, studio photography option. Again, this is for still life done in studio, and this is specifically for splashes. I will show you in next generation how you're gonna use it. For fire, you don't need to click anything, just generate image. As you can see, fire look different now, different from what we had, and shape was created by me. It's very nice image. I'm going to upscale it as well. So we can do upscale. Or we can create a video. This is another feature. Maybe you didn't see it. It wasn't working for a while, but now we have create video. And what you do, you click and it transferred it, basically load it into video creator. And now you can do without any prompt. However, usually I want to put some guidance about camera movement. And for example, here I want to put flames, fire and flames around, and steady subject. Because I don't want any rotation. I may not be good at rotating the subject. It may can look kind of strange. So I want to have subject like this, just fire around. And let's hit generate video. Beautiful. Let's check what we had previously. This is our upscale. You see this little icon on the left top corner. It means this is high resolution image. Let's check it. Let's download, because you see you have standard resolution and upscale, because we did upscale for that fire thing. Let's download it and check how it look like. So this is our Fahrenheit, and the quality, if you open it, actual size, is huge. As you can see, it preserved all the details of this. There are maybe some discrepancy, for example, a little bit of this. That's fine, you can fix it if needed in Photoshop. In many cases, it looks as is very good. And the fire and everything, it just look beautiful. This image can be printed, can be used in some, I don't know, posters on, and again, like I said, we can do higher resolution if needed, just let me know. by replying this email or commenting under this video if it's on YouTube, if you watch it on YouTube. Now, let's do the same thing, but with Splash. So I'll show you. I'm going to go to the gallery, and let's say use the same barrel, same position. I just want to recreate it. No, this one. So since it was created in the shape generator, so it loads the same object in the same place. The shape, I need to draw it again, and I will do it different since I want to have a splash now. So highest, largest brush, but lowest opacity, because splash, again, it's not well-defined thing, and I want to have it as splashy as possible. So we have it this way. If you need more opacity, you just throw on top and it will be higher opacity. So do like this maybe. And now, instead of fire and flame around, I want to have this subject is kind of orange. So orange and black, because it has blacks, and orange and blacks, paint, splash. So paint splash. And for this option, let's check box because it's liquid splash. This specific model, additional model that we train on splashes that we have on 40G on my photography school. And it does, this is completely unique feature, so you can generate the similar splashes using any other AI tool. And now let's generate it. Meanwhile, once it's generating, you can go away, it's gonna finish and it will appear on your gallery. So we can go to gallery and check the video. Here is little icon, meaning that this is the video. Let's see how it was done. If you don't like it, we can always regenerate. Here it is. Let's see. Voila. Looks beautiful. As you can see, we preserved the subject. We didn't change any text. It's not get distorted. The camera is rolling in and we have beautiful flames around. This thing, your clients, if you have commercial clients, they're gonna love, because this is great for reels, for any promotion of the product, and you've seen it takes just 1 minute of the time to generate it, and you can do all kind of different generations, and it's video. What you do here, you download, and here we go, we have the video. Let's check the video. So the video is, we got it about 900 pixel by 1080 pixel. So no, it's extreme more. It's 720p, not full HD, a little bit less resolution, but like I said, for reels, for any social media, this is great size. It just looked amazing. We can close it. If it's done, it will appear here, our splash. Let's refresh. Here we go. We have this splash. Well, I wouldn't say that this was nice, probably because my splash that I created was a little bit too thick. For splashes, we may need to do less opacity of the brush. You can play with it. Again, I have examples. I attach under this video examples of splashes. It works really nice. I can tell you that all of this was created using the same technique, the shape generator, when I was drawing the shape and it was generating exactly the way that I draw it on the shape generator. Let's go back to our applications. Styled photo generator, you've probably seen it. It works when you load the image and then you have to load something that will resemble the scene that you want to be generated. So similar style, if let's say I will put, for example, this, again, fire, but it's completely different image with different subject. I just put it this way. You don't need any keywords, since you can always add keywords, but it's not necessary because it's going to understand the scene and generate something similar for this specific subject. Mid-journey style option, bright scene option, studio photography option. Well, since this is the forest, short forest and fire, we probably can turn on mid-journey style option. So it's more like lifestyle. It's outside. For outdoors, this is good. And let's hit generate image. While generating, what else do we have? We have background replacement. This is similar to styled photo generator, however, it will get pretty much the very similar image of your reference image. So if you upload something that will serve as a background, it will be transferred to your image. Not exactly, but pretty much close. I'm not going to do this. You can play yourself. It's pretty nice feature if you have well, background that you want to be transferred behind the subject. Photo on a white background, it's the simplest. This is just I call it shooting table, shooting table. That's where you have seamless background and something under the subject. So let's say if you have something like this, something done on a table, but it may not look good. If you want completely white background with very slight shadow, and actually it's not a good example. Let me choose something else. Let me choose completely different image, which really will benefit from some nice background. And for example, if you have shot like this, this is just iPhone shot. It doesn't look nice. It's not studio photography. Let's upload it. Select position on the frame. This was not done straight. I think it's a little bit falling on the side, so you can always rotate it if needed. Let's position it somewhere in the middle and generate image. As you can see, it's sort of like on a table, a little shadow underneath it. It's pretty bright. It changed a little bit brightness to match the white background. And voila, you have studio product photography on a white background if your marketplace or any placement of the product requires such images, but you do not have that table yourself. You can always upscale, it will be high resolution, again, without losing any quality of the image that you upload. For upscale, remember, you have to have large image. If let's say, I'll show you, if let's say I have small image, you see, upscale is not enabled here because it's too small. We're not going to produce image which with small source because it won't look good, right? So you make sure to load large image and upscale will be enabled. Or you need to make it smaller. At some point, upscale may be enabled. So it was really low resolution, and only at this size we can create upscaled image without stretching the source. So meaning that you have to upload large image, and keep in mind that we count only size of the subject that was already clipped out of the background. If you have huge image but small subject, this will be a true resolution of your subject when you clip it from all the rest of the background. Keep it in mind. Now, what else do we have? We have advanced photo generator. This is pretty much simple as a smart photo generator as our first application, but here you have to put prompt. It's not going to analyze the subject, it will generate exactly what you said. So if you know how to prompt AI, it's pretty simple. Basically, you need to describe a little bit more the scene, colors, and it will generate something for you. This is more advanced for users who know how to create prompt for. I'm not going to do this. What else do we have? We have Flux image generator. This is just a text to image. You describe whatever you want to be created, and it will be a really photorealistic image. You can do stock photo here, you can do all kind of scene, you generate people very nice. Make sure to select correct style. As you can see, there are tons of different styles. You can do cartoon, you can do photorealistic, you can do advertisement, you can do, well, pixelated, whatever. And prompt and negative keywords, something that you need to exclude from the scene. Usually if you generate it, you don't like it, you want to like it, but you don't like specific part of it, you put it in negative keywords. If it will appear on the image, negative keywords will make sure that there is nothing, whatever you mention there will be not generated. Then we do have icon generator. That's super simple. If you need to brainstorm ideas, logo icon, you can put a logo for, let's say, moving company, movers, right? You can describe a little bit more about it, maybe not. And now we have this option, transparent background. You can generate with normal background, or it will be no background PNG file, which is great for icons. So usually it's on by default. You generate image and it will be there. Let's check my gallery. What do we have here? Remember we did before the style photo generator. It was the forest with the fire behind it. Here we go. We have forest, similar colors as our reference image. Remember it? But we have our subject and we have fire, and it looks super photorealistic, especially because there is some kind of fire behind the subject, and subject is semi-transparent at least, or transparent. Let's refresh gallery. This is our logo that we just created. You see, it's transparent background, moving company. I didn't describe colors, nothing, so it just did me whatever I think is the best. You can always put a little bit more description and it will be there. you can download it, so you can easily download and use it or recreate. Again, it will load exactly the same application with your prompt. You can change it. A logo from moving company, red. Let's say I'd like to have red and blue colors, and you'll generate logo with red and blue colors. Then we have Scene AI Reimaginer. This is very interesting feature when you have something in some image that you want to have similar. Just one input. Let's have, well, let's say there is whiskey. It's not my photo. I just pulled it from internet for this example. Keywords only needed here if you want to change something. If I put apple, for example. So, apple. Let's see. You can always choose aspect ratio, landscape, portrait, or anything in between. Square is the simplest one. And let's generate it. It will create image that looks similar to what you have. It's not stealing image. It just basically, if you have image that you want to have something similar, but well, how you can get it? You download that image from internet, and you can get completely legitimate image that look alike, but nothing in terms of intellectual property, stealing anything. This is great feature for, well, content creators for generating some stock photos with very specific look that you like. And again, I added Apple, so hopefully it will be apples there. We'll see. If you don't like the generation, if for some reason you like what you have, you just click regenerate. And voila, you will have another version and then another. You can generate as many as needed. If you have paid plan, you have unlimited generations, so you can generate as many as needed and download, meaning that credits will be deducted only if you like something. So I'm talking about different plans. This plan gives you unlimited generations for $90 per month. For 30, you have 2,000 image generation per month. It's usually a lot to play with images, with generations, and choose exactly what you want. Let's go back to our gallery. Maybe it's already generated. Here we go. Well, it didn't do Apple, so maybe I need to put a little bit more effort to explain that, hey, Apple's on the red apple, a little bit more. But in general, that workflow, the reimaginer, is good to have. You see, it's pretty much similar as an input image, but look different, right? Different bottle, different everything. This is new features of NeuroViz. More things coming soon. For example, like PSD file generator, where you can generate image and then load PSD file with layers of your subject that you uploaded, of backgrounds that you generated, and the mask completely separate on separate layers. This is great if you want to process image that is generated later in Photoshop. And this is, by the way, our logo. So we have blue and red. Remember, blue and red. Well, it's probably a movers company. That's fun. But again, you can always play as much as needed. And if you download it, you will have the file without background. You can use it as is on any application. If you open it, here you go, no background. I hope it's useful. I'm looking for your feedback for any additions, any requests that you may have from our customer, and we want to make the product that works really good for you. Alrighty, thank you for your time. Bye.